Hey yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. You dig? Man, YouTube is hating big time. It's crazy. This is crazy. They ain't sending no notifications, like none of my streams, for no reason. But the Stream King is back in the building. I got another one in me. I just did another stream, but I felt like going live again, so we gonna do it. Hold on, let me charge my phone while we about to get started. Nope, they're gonna blame the weather. Who? Who blaming the weather? Who blaming the weather? Huh? Shout out to Matt. What's up? Hey. Oh, YouTube? Yeah, they probably will. But what's the weather got to do with sending notification out? It's an algorithm. It's a computer. So they only got one computer in Houston. Like this is crazy. I live in Cali. What's the weather got to do? I'm a obliterate Spence without fighting him too. Adrian is a fool. Listen, that like there's a lot of cap in boxing. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Listen, you could be down with that, but that's not what I'm about. This is boxing ego, not capping ego. You know what I mean? I said it's boxing ego, not capping ego. I dump in your mug, that's cappuccino. Listen, I'm like Al Pacino, Scarface. Hold on, listen. Scarface, I'm like Al Pacino. This is boxing ego, not capping ego. I dump in your mug like cappuccino. Oh my gosh, bro. I said I dump in your mug like cappuccino. Scarface. Leave him with a Scarface. Al Pacino. Let's get it. Bro, there's just a lot of capping. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, this what y'all like? Is this what you want? This is what you want. A bunch of lies that don't come true and stuff. It can't be me, man. So I'm just gonna focus my energy on what's important to me. So, like, listen to what the Pacquiao thing said. So Pacquiao's team, through Justin Fortune, strength and conditioning coach, said that 42-year-old Pacquiao would obliterate Errol Spence Jr. But Freddie Roach did an interview recently, and he said Ryan Garcia is not an easy fight when they were talking about that fight. So you mean to tell me that Team Pacquiao believes Ryan Garcia is not an easy fight for Pacquiao, but he's going to obliterate Errol Spence Jr.? Come on, bro. Tell me that sound right. This what y'all like in the sport? Does that sound right? That sounds suspect as hell. That sounds real suspect, bro. You think that you recognize that Ryan Garcia is a tough fight, and that's a 135 pounder who got dropped in his last fight in 2 rounds? You know, and I'm not saying that to offend Ryan Garcia. That's the reality of what happened, you know. But Errol Spence at 47 gets obliterated. Okay. Shout out to Matt. That's what I'm talking about. He said, I'm tired of all this talk. Let's see it. Boxing isn't boxing anymore. I wouldn't say that, but there are powers that are trying to water this down. So, like I said, I'm just going to do. I don't know what the pandemic has done to some people. The pandemic got certain people tripping, like a bunch of fake news and stuff. Bunch of fake news and fake views. I'm sick and tired of Pacquiao. Sit your old ass down. My thing is this, just like Matt said, and like I've been saying for years, LSI, let's see it. Like, if it ain't about that action, like I'm from the Bay, Marshawn Lynch from the Bay. I'm just about that action, boss. It's the same type of energy. Like, we not here for that. Like, what's the point? What's the point of going back and forth? And I don't know what boxing wants people to do. I'm not wasting energy on too much of this stuff. Like people want everything to be Mayweather Pacquiao. Just talk, to build up a fight for years, and that was a once in a lifetime deal that worked out for the people involved in that fight. You know what I mean? Where people didn't lose interest, the fighters for the most part stayed winning, stayed relevant. They're anomalies. Manny Pacquiao and easy work. I ain't gotta worry about it. Floyd Mayweather. They're anomalies. A lot of people haven't earned, like you see like Teofimo. Teofimo, in my opinion, he's talking as if he's Floyd Mayweather or he's accomplished what Floyd Mayweather's accomplished. Like he's saying, like setting the standard and the gold standard and the tone, saying fighters got to do X, Y, and Z before they see me. Like, you're not Floyd though. You barely just beat, a couple months ago. And I don't mean barely like saying he barely won, because I thought he beat Lomachenko, like he beat him clean, in my opinion. But it was still competitive in the second half. And at the end of the day, that's like early on your journey. Like, imagine if Floyd Mayweather or Roy Jones or Pacquiao got, a couple wins or one win and then win. Like, let's say Manny Pacquiao. Picture Manny Pacquiao doing what Teofimo's doing. Like, Manny Pacquiao beats Ledwaba, or he beats Marco Antonio Barrera. Those are great wins for him. But imagine if he beat Marco Antonio Barrera or Ledwaba, and he was all of a sudden saying, I ain't fighting Juan Manuel Marquez. He got to go beat up some top contenders, or he got to do this, or I'm the A side. What if Pacquiao was doing that, bro? He probably wouldn't be revered and remembered as the fighter that he is. You know what I mean? What if Floyd beat Gennaro Hernandez and started telling everybody a bunch of stuff, do this, and started, showboating? And here's the other thing. When it comes to Floyd, do you notice there's a black fighter, Floyd Mayweather, and he was just that good? A lot of these other fighters, Canelo included, a lot of these other fighters, you have to get help. You get help from sanctioning bodies. You get help from the powers that be in boxing. You get help from all that to create this, like, perception. You know what I mean? Floyd, when did you see the WBC? Floyd was a champion for all these years. When did you ever see the WBC constantly making moves that was of benefit to Floyd Mayweather? Not like he's fighting Conor McGregor with just throwing the belt. I'm talking about they gave him a new position so he didn't have to fight no mandatories. Stuff like that, like they did with Canelo. Or Floyd fell for clenbuterol, and then the WBC said, hey, we're going to give clenbuterol, you can have a higher limit, a higher threshold now. You didn't see that, but you see that type of stuff with Canelo. Hey, stop that cap. Bro, and truth be told, you rarely see it with black fighters in general. You rarely see black fighters get any type of handouts from boxing, from sanctioning bodies. Like what the WBC did to Wilder to make his journey smooth sailing. They didn't say, hey, Dillian White, you don't have to ever fight Wilder because he's our franchise champion. They didn't say, hey, Jamal Charlo, don't fight Sergey Derevyanchenko, who really just beat Triple G, because you're the franchise champion. You don't have any mandatories. But that's what they did to Canelo. That's what they did to Lomachenko. We still, to this day, do not have a black franchise champion. So how do you get that? Gary Russell, Deontay Wilder, Jamel Charlo pretty much cleared out a whole weight category, weight class. You don't see that. You don't see no handout. You don't see no easy road or like help along the way from the sanctioning body. Wilder had to fight Brazil, Stavern, whoever his mandatory was, he had to fight him. Floyd, he had to just keep knocking him down. Like, you didn't see Floyd get all these like franchise belts and all this stuff to alleviate him from having to face tough comp. He went after the tough comp. So boxing, it's a beautiful sport. We all know that. That's why y'all here. But it's a bad look what we're seeing from some things in boxing. Andre Ward, you never seen this in Andre Ward's career. He was always up for the challenge. Teofimo has one good win. You could say Comey was cool, Nakatani was cool, but I'm talking about a win that really separates you from, things you've done in the past. Because Robert Easter fought Comey. See, listen, I'm gonna say what you don't want to hear. That's what I'm gonna do. Right here, I'm gonna say what you don't want to hear. Notice when a black fighter like Robert Easter Jr. fights guys like Javier Fortuna, he's still relevant. It was a tough fight. You could argue Javier Fortuna won that fight, but that's not my point. My point is this. Robert Easter Jr. fought him. He fought Mikey Garcia. Robert Easter Jr. fought Argis Mendez and destroyed him. And then he later started getting back in the mix, fighting other names, Argis Mendez or whatever. Robert Easter Jr., when he fought Richard Comey, that was several years ago. And people said, oh, this wasn't that good. That I told people that this could have been the fight of the year. And at that time on my channel, people were saying, oh, you think Richard Comey is fight of the year? And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely one of them, right? This was years ago when Robert Easter fought him. Got no credit for it. And he really almost knocked Comey out in the 12th round. He got dropped in that fight too, but it was like his glove touched or something. But he almost knocked Comey out in the final round. It was a hell of a fight. And Robert Easter, black fighter, aligned with a black advisor, the black channels, he didn't get no credit. And he fought Comey before T.O. Richard Comey just knocked out Cuz from the Rolly fight. Marinez. Now everybody love Richard Comey. Funny how that works. But Robert Easter fought him years ago, and y'all said he was a bum and all this shit. You see what I'm saying? Bruh, where the notification at? Oh, that's just YouTube hating. I'm late again. Shout out to my boy Ego the GOAT. Man, just come back to my channel. I got content galore. That's what I'm talking about, the double standards in boxing, people. My bad. I had to send this text. Anyway, black fighter Richard Comey, black fighter Robert Easter Jr. Bunny got no credit for that from a lot of y'all. They didn't give him credit for Richard Comey. They gave Richard Comey. Richard Comey, you see when non-black fighters fight against some of these same guys that the black fighter already fought, didn't they become legendary? Y'all ever notice that? I'm going to say it again. Y'all notice when non-black fighters fight guys that black fighters have already fought and beat, now all of a sudden that person is a legend? That person is something that significant. But when Robert Easter, that's here. Y'all want some examples? I'm the king of that. Listen, I'm the king of this chat and I'm the king of that. I can give y'all I can give y'all analogies. That ain't never been nothing. That ain't never been nothing. If y'all want me to give some examples, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Racism and corruption go hand in hand. Absolutely. Shout out to my man Matt. What's up? Man, I'm gonna have to get off of this if YouTube ain't sending notifications out. So if we can't get no bigger crowd, I'm about to be out. I'm about to work on some other content for y'all. I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes and then I'm up. Cause YouTube been doing this all week. Ryan, what's up? So yeah, this might not be a live. It might not be a long live. I'm just telling y'all straight up. Because like I said, when you're a content creator, you notice all these things. You know, all of a sudden now, you know, nobody's getting the notification, which is apparent. So, what I was gonna say is Robert Easter versus Richard Comey. When Robert Easter fought him, they said, "Who's Richard Comey?" Richard Comey at the time had a 91% knockout ratio. After Robert Easter beat him, he years later, fought Teofimo, got credit. So once again, you see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about. When black fighters do the same feat, oftentimes they won't receive credit from the same people. And then when non-black fighters fight the same guys, all of a sudden that person was a, dragon slayer, and the non-black fighter from the same people who didn't give the black fighter credit, they say, oh, that person was anointed, that person was the one. If that was the case, this person fought him before this person, so how you ain't give the black fighter credit for that, and then you later on give someone else credit for it? Doesn't make sense. For example, I'll prove it. Robert Easter, Richard Comey. Teofimo beat him, made him do his stanky legs years later. They said, oh, Comey was a beast. So Teo got credit for that. Here's another example. Badu Jack. He beat George Groves and dropped him. And then years after that, I think it was on a Mayweather undercard, whatever. But years after that, Caleb Smith beat Badu Jack's leftovers, and Carl Froch beat him before Badu Jack. But Carl Froch beat him twice. Then Badu Jack beat him. And then years after the Badu Jack loss, he fights Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith beats George Groves in the World Boxing Super Series. And then they say, oh, Caleb Smith is so good. This is why Canelo's fighting him. Like who Caleb Smith beat? His best win is George Groves, somebody that Carl Froch and Badu Jack gave the work to years before. Icy said, dang, Ego, why you was hating on my coach, though? Bias, unsub. I'm black, too, by the way. No, I wasn't hating. I just don't agree with it. He said Errol Spence will get obliterated. Let's see it. I'm trying to see Pacquiao obliterate him, if that's the case. But to me, it doesn't make sense to say Ryan Garcia is a dangerous fight and not an easy fight for Pacquiao, but then you think Errol Spence at 147 gets obliterated. Like, name somebody who, like, how does Pacquiao have 2 different factions of his team, and Freddie Roach is saying Ryan Garcia is not an easy fight, Team Pacquiao, and then another member of Team Pacquiao is saying that Errol Spence will get obliterated. So Errol Spence is at 47, and he's a beast. Ryan Garcia just got dropped in his last fight at 35 by a weaker southpaw than Pacquiao. So to me, that logic doesn't really make sense. Doesn't sound like the team is all on the same page. Because if Freddie Roach honestly believes that Ryan Garcia has some challenges for Pacquiao, then you would have to admit that Errol Spence at a higher weight, more decorated, more accomplished, bigger, and a southpaw, also has um things that he could complicate a Pacquiao fight. That just doesn't make sense, bro. That's it. It don't make sense. T.O. already got his ass beat by Tank and sparring, so I know he don't want to see Bunny. That's a good fight, though. That's a good fight. So, yeah, man, it's just there's a lot of lunacy in boxing right now. It's crazy. I'm just going to keep doing my numbers, keep talking this talk. It's a lot. It's a lot of weird stuff going on in boxing. Like a lot of things being said. I don't know. I think it's the pandemic. You know, people just have ultimately more time at home, more time to think, more time to tweet, more time to be on Instagram. So that's, I think, I don't know, maybe boredom. People just making stuff up. They don't have nothing to do. But like for me, my suggestion to all of y'all is this pandemic won't last forever. You see what I'm saying? The pandemic is it's not an infinite situation. So you got to be held accountable for one, and your day-to-day operations, you should be using this time during the pandemic where your way of life is compromised, your money is changed, you lose your job, you gain a job, whatever your situation, you should be using this time and utilizing it to learn something. Like, so for me, what I did, my numbers shot through the roof. I made more money on my channel in the last few months than I've ever made on YouTube. That's just, I'm not saying it to glow. I'm just telling you what it is. This is the facts. Like that December check was chunky, but that's because I made a conscious effort to decide early on in this pandemic, this is out of my control. I could do my best to protect myself and, you know, stay clean or whatever. But mentally, I want to come through this whole ordeal as a stronger person that what I entered the pandemic with. So those little things that I put on the back burner, those little things that I didn't have time or didn't make time to do, that I was going to do that. The things that I don't want to do, I'm going to do because I need to do them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm chilling. Like this pandemic, you know, I'm not saying that I know people are losing their lives and those types of things. So I'm not trying to sound unsympathetic to that. But life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? You got to mentally, it's like, I don't know, life is like getting in a car with no seatbelt. You got to buckle up. You know what I'm saying? Fasten that seatbelt. So this pandemic struck, I put my seatbelt on. Like, you can't control what's out on the road and, you know, places like Houston, the weather's crazy. But what you can do is arm yourself to be as safe as you possibly can on that road. You can't stop if a tree fall in the middle of the road. You can't stop. You don't know. But you could have your seatbelt on. You can not drink while you're driving. You can adjust your mirrors so you can see your blind spots, and, you know, you could use turn signals, use high beams, low beams. You see what I'm saying? Use what's at your disposal. That's the energy I'm on. So I can't really vouch for some of the ways that people are moving through boxing right now. It's like, are some of y'all losers? Like, y'all don't got nothing to do with your life? Like, it's just a bunch of, like I said, it's like one big high school. People just complaining and lying, and I don't know. I don't know what the pandemic doing to some people. Like I said, more people have more time, so you maybe that's it. Maybe you're just hearing more of them because they're working from home now and or they lost their job. I don't know, but boxing got to get it together. That's why I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys enjoy and stuff like that. But we chilling. 2021 finna be up. I promise you that. On my end, we feeling good, baby. Indeed, Ego, I'm trying to own my own trucks instead of driving them. I like that. Hold on 1 second. Let's go, bro. I promise y'all better get with the program. 2021. Listen, 2021, if you broke, listen to me. I'm going to hit y'all with some broke bars. 2021, pandemic or not, if you broke, it's your fault. Yeah, I said it. Listen to me. Don't be crying either, because you got to hear the whole thing. 2021, if you are broke, this is your fault. It's your fault. There's just entirely too much. There's so much free learning. There's so much you can do with technology. Oh, someone hit the dislike button. Another broke person. Yeah. I like when the broke people hit the dislike button. Yeah, hit it again. You broke as fuck. Yeah, I like that. Because if you're offended by that, you the exact type of person that I don't care if they watch my channel. Yeah, keep hitting that dislike button, you broke motherfucker. I'm telling you why. If you broke, and I'm not saying like we all go through it. I've been broke before too. But there's so much free learning. What are you doing? What are you doing to get yourself out of that position? That's what I need to know. A lot of people, they got a lot more resources and a lot more money than they think they have. But they don't want to make them sacrifices. Man, cut out that fucking Cheesecake Factory or DoorDash or Starbucks. Let's see how much money you can save doing that. Oh, I'm struggling. Ego, I'm struggling. Yeah, everybody would be struggling if you make what you make and you spend it on dumb shit. You worried about Jordans. That's why you poured in. Listen, slow it down. I just dissed you. You get some money. You worried about buying some Jordans. That's why you poured in. Oh my gosh. I said you worried about buying some Jordans. That's why you poured in. You supporting Jordan, but now you poured in. It's easy. And there's so much free learning. Take your punk ass to the library. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you do that? Go to the library, pick up a book. In the words of a Houston legend, Texas legend, Bun B, go read a book, you a little rich, set up a bitch and step up your vote. Do something like that. But a lot of people, they want a woe is me attitude. And they want to feel sorry. They want people to feel sorry for them. Oh, life is tough, man. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you in this life. There's people out here dying and in Houston, whole houses and don't have insurance. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for your ass because you can't manage your money. There's people in third world countries, they going to bed with nothing to eat, no running water, no electricity. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. You should be happy. You got a roof over your head, most of us. You got freedom, democracy. You got free learning and technology. A lot of us have access to Wi-Fi at the very least. I mean, how y'all watching my channel right now? How y'all watching my channel if you don't have some of these things? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to hear it. And like I said, being broke, that's a temporary problem. What are you doing to fix it? There's so many different ways to make. See, people want, the thing is, I notice people want to be spoon fed. That's what it is. People want to be spoon fed. They want you to feed them the answers. They want someone to come to them and propose, hey, I need you to work for me. Or, hey, you should do this. Hey, you should get into drop shipping or whatever. But more often than not, That's not how it's going to work. More often than not, it's not going to just be handed down to you unless you come from, a rich family or trust fund, or, you know, you have friends in high places or something. But that's not the reality for most of us. You know what I mean? You got to get your hands dirty a little bit. And like the worst thing I see from people is just people just on this earth. What are you here for? Like, what are you here for? Just wasting away at a job you hate, in a relationship you hate. What you here for? Like, just to exist? I never wanted that. Since I was a kid, I never wanted to just exist. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm living my purpose. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I fucked up. One of the things I messed up, I probably should have started sooner. Ryan Wright, that's what I'm talking about. You don't work, you don't eat. And the worst thing, the saddest thing about humans is we're all animals, mammals, humans. But humans at times can be the weakest in the animal kingdom, because you look at other animals, they naturally know through animal instinct what they're good at and their strengths and weaknesses. That's why I like watching Nat Geo and different stuff, Shark Week and stuff like that, because you notice the animals that are predatory, they know this. They know they have sharp teeth. They know they can jump really high. They know they're fast. They know they have muscles. They know they have claws. They know these things. But the talent is in people, some of those same traits. Oh, I'm an artist, I'm a singer, I'm, whatever. I want to do construction. Well, I could build things. But a lot of people don't have that same animal instinct to get it done and pull the trigger. And then people sit and you see people reflect on life and what life should have been and could have been, and they don't get to use their top. That's why I'm realigning my channel, because I'm not going to be one of those people. If you ever see me broke right on my cast, Wayne, bars, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, I ain't going to be one of those people that just say, oh, I wanted to do this, but I couldn't. Shit, like 50 said, get rich or die trying. You better put your best foot forward in this life. You don't know when certain freedoms and liberties that we take are going to be stripped away from you. The pandemic showed you that. Can't go outside, for a minute, or only essential workers. And you know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. So I suggest y'all get with it and adjust to this new life, because the reality is, in this pandemic, you can wither away and it can ruin you, or it can make you into a savage, a monster, take you to the next level. And that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. Has anyone called the police on Kinahan? I mean, he's on the run from what it sounds like, so I don't know. We're going to find out. Yeah, like the human spirit is easily broken in some of y'all, and y'all got to fix that. Like, talk to somebody, get a psychologist, whatever is in your means, but you got to find that. You got to find a solution to that. You know what I mean? People feeling like they can't do something based on something a teacher or parent said to them in the 90s. Like, bro, you still on that? You're not going to try none of your ideas, win, lose, or draw, because something a teacher said to you in 1993? That's a sad life, man. That's sad. You know what I mean? I'm trying everything this year. I don't give a fuck. I'm either going to fall on my face or succeed or somewhere in the middle. And that's the thing. If you shoot high and you're really trying, then you usually at least be somewhere in the middle. Bro, why you stop talking about Wilder after Tyson won? Block this dude. Block him. You're wasting my fucking time. Block jammer jammer. Hit him with the slammer slammer, the bammer bammer. Get him out of here. We have any shooters? Any shooters? He said they still mad coach didn't start him in high school. Why man crybaby? Do we have any shooters? Get this man jammer jammer out of here. Calling all shooters. He can't even put complete sentences. Bang! Oh my God, that's what I'm talking about, Icy. Blow this man out of here, bro. Pause. That sounded crazy. So I suggest y'all get with this new way of life and figure it out. Because no one's gonna figure it out for you. And like here's the thing too that I'm learning on my journey more and more each day. The answers are all there, but you got to search them out. You got to actively be looking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between faking it. The worst thing you could do is lie to yourself. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, don't lie to yourself. Like, let's say you're looking for a job. Are you really looking for a job? Are you, really following up with the companies or dropping off your application or checking in and, dressing up, stuff like that? Because a lot of people want to go through the motions, but they don't really want that. They don't really want a job. They're not really exhausting all possibilities. That's what I'm doing. 2021, we exhausting all possibilities, all angles, all avenues. I'm like, okay, I didn't turn down here yet. Okay, let's back out. It's a dead end. Okay, cool. I'm going to go straight. Bro, I'm going to find my destination. I promise you. I'm going to find the destination. Just mark this video down. Mark this video down. I'm going to find the destination. I'm going to find what I'm looking for. That's the next level. You're going to see. Just please mark this video down and watch. Just watch on my channel and wait until you see what we have in store and the subtle changes. It's not going to happen overnight, but just keep watching. All my haters, all the people mad, please just keep watching. I got so much more for y'all to be angry with, and it's coming down the pipeline. I promise you, all that motivates me, from support to hate. Thank you all. Thank everybody. God bless America. God bless everybody. I'm coming. Death Row East. Believe in that. Shout out to Southpaw Dominance. Ego, thanks for the great words of journey wisdom. Facts. International Ego sound legit to me. Bro, Mr. International, play it with a passport, just like a Latin bitch, get you anything you ask for. It's either him or me. The champagne, Hennessy. Bro, Ego Velli, you gonna see. You gonna see the Ego Velli. Play this tape and picture me rolling. Rewind this tape. I'm covered. Passive student, what's up? I said I'm Mr. International, play it with a passport, just like a Latin bitch, get you anything you ask for. Yeah, bro, boxing there's a lot of weirdo behavior, but don't come to my channel looking for that, because we not on that type of time. 2021 is the level up, double up, level up. I had they spike Wilder water with banter juice. Block this dude. It's the same dude. He can't spell. You're giving it away, son. I had they spiked. Bro, they can't spell. You don't even know how to spell herd. Bang. My man Icy's just whacking him. Bang. Get rid of these dudes. Let them play all the little games they want to play. Prince Savage, reblock him. This year, it all changes. Mark this down. This is going to be a monumental year. It all changes this year. Victory is here. We work too hard. We work too diligent. You know what I'm saying? We've been too smart, too strategic. Plan, plot, strategize, and bomb first. That boy Icy not playing with him. I told you all the people that be saying this and that, they can't spell. Shakur Stevenson, any updates on new fight date? Nah, I ain't heard nothing. I think a lot of people in boxing, they're trying to see what's up and wait and look at the competition schedule or something, because we ain't really got much like announcement. Let's go, yes sir. Devin Haney and Tank up next. What you mean? Like individually, or you're saying they're fighting next? I don't get that. You just saying both of those guys are up, or you trying to say that they're fighting each other? Oh, individual. Okay, got you. Anyway, I just want to drop this little video. YouTube is obviously not sending notifications, so like I said, I'm out. But stay back on the channel. I got new updates coming. We will do the BWP Broner fight, Berchelt Valdez, Tyson Fury blackout, absolutely. Canelo Pilgrim blackout, absolutely. Watch how I move in 2021. Listen, they're going to put me in a museum because they're going to need to study these moves. Bro, I'm like Stella when she got a groove. They're going to put me in a museum the way they study these moves, bro. They're going to have to study what we doing. I promise you. That's why I'm not going to give too much away, but you're going to see the upcoming months will show you something, a little indication. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but you will see these incremental changes. I'm coming. Death Row East, Digital Mob, holla at me. I got a video. I'm going to drop another video tonight. Stay tuned for that on the channel. Just keep coming back. YouTube ain't sending notifications, but I'll be dropping content daily, so just keep checking back. Use my link, TubeBuddy, if you're interested in your own YouTube channel and building that. It's a browser extension. TubeBuddy, the link is in the description of all my videos, and it's a great utility and resource to help you grow your YouTube. And I'll probably start working with some people because we're going to develop the next digital mob, young entrepreneurs. Because this shit ain't about me. He said, what's banter juice? I ain't even worried about it. That's some UK. Nah, Prince Savage, don't do him like that. He was just asking about the other dude. Come on, bro. I don't think he was ops like that. Man, these shooters is tripping, bro. He was just talking about the other guy's comment. I don't know, unless you think it's the same dude. Because if it's the same dude, block him. Man, I don't care. It's up to the shooters. I don't care. We're going to block everybody. Oh, yeah, that's it. 2021, we blocking more and more of y'all. Y'all better act right or you might get blocked from the channel. My shooters ain't playing and I ain't playing. It's not a game. Oh, he got blocked again? Oh, shit. I told you. They not playing. Y'all, listen, listen, don't even feed into the old media bullshit. The little stupid comment. Don't feed into it. It's like you go to the zoo. Don't feed the animals. Yeah, that's on Deontay Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh, my God. Bro, don't feed the animals. These motherfucking trolls and shit. Let them stay under the bridge with their crusty-ass teeth and dusty-ass lives. But listen, that's cool. I want them to hear because in the next couple months, you're going to see the manifestation have started. Oh, my God. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Wait till you see what we do next. So we can't block all of them, or when we block them, make sure that they come back. No, listen, I need a couple of the trolls to see what we plan on doing. Ego, my British homie, says we're biased. Man, I ain't worried about no British teeth. Because we say if Errol has 3 of the 4, he's A-side. Bro, like I said, I don't even, no disrespect to you, I'm not even worried about what no British teeth is talking about. They're not making sense. That's their fault. I'm worried about the conglomerate. Listen, I'm trying to help y'all out. I don't do the back and forth. I'm not a back and forth. I'm not no internet ass dude, bro. I don't do the back and forth. This is what you think, and Errol sucks and all this stuff. Great, more power to you. When you get on that grown man, you'll realize the arguing shit is for the birds. Why would I argue with a man, British teeth, and he don't even brush his teeth? Like, what do I gain from that? You're not even willing to brush your teeth daily, and me with something, an empire that I'm building daily and getting bread. Why am I arguing with someone who doesn't brush their teeth? These silly ass dirtbags, they can't get no time for me like that. You guys got to think about this. Think about it. You're arguing with a man that he refuses to brush his teeth. What is the gain? What can be gained? Halitosis? These dudes ain't brushing their teeth. They shit looking like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. And you think I'm finna argue with them? Oh yeah, mate. Wilder got his ass kicked. His eyes is shit. Like, I'm not arguing with that, bro. You right. Wilder sucks. Okay, good. And they be talking about Wilder the most. Like what? Like what? Come on, man. Bro, who's even good from the UK? Like, I'm just since y'all want to open a can of worms. Name somebody, bro. Name somebody that's like right now beat anybody's ass from the UK. I can't hear nothing. Name somebody that you think in their respective division they beat everybody. They beat everybody ass in the UK. I had to stop my workout. Bro, I'm like, what is the like what are we even talking about? Yes, there's some great fans in the UK. But in terms of the fighters, who's even like relevant? Who's really relevant? That's like Caleb Smith, dog walk. Canelo, dog walk. This man punched his bicep off. Shit you ain't never even heard of. Canelo dogged this man. Shout out to Mexico. Y'all got one. Canelo, he's a good fighter. Bro, this man, did he look like a champion? Canelo dog walk him. Canelo's new name is Cesar Milano, the dog whisperer, because he dog walked this man. That man was dog whisperer, whispering in his motherfucking, what? He lost 12 rounds out of 12 every single minute, every single second out of 3-minute rounds. And his arm was looking like Hellboy. That's one. Josh Warrington. You got war in your last name, but you wasn't ready for the war. We don't know if you want to rematch Lada. We don't know if you want more. Like, what are we talking about, bro? I said, Josh Warrington, you got war in your name, but you wasn't ready for the war. When it comes to the rematch with Lada, you don't want no more. That's a bar. So Josh Warrington tore out the front. Like, what are we talking about? Anthony Yard, he's cool. I like him, but he just lost to Lyndon Arthur. Who the fuck is that? That sounds like a librarian. Like, who? Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Tyson Fury, good win over Wilder. Oh, that's right. He had a fucking oven mitt glove and all this ridiculousness surrounding the win. So that's an asterisk. Joshua ain't really fought no one since probably Ruiz. And Ruiz, we know he turned up, in poor shape and stuff. And I'm not making it. That's not Joshua's fault. It's not Joshua's fault, but that's the reality. We know, bro, Andy Ruiz, he's on his YouTube vlog eating pizza in the Joshua camp. So that's just the reality. And in the 40-year-old Pulev, I mean, Klitschko did that years ago. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Where is Joshua? I don't even see Joshua. Like, oh, yeah, meet with me. Bro, I don't even see. Where is Joshua in this world? I don't even hear about him anymore. At all. I'm just being real. And then if Jose Ramirez beat Josh Taylor, that's another champion gone. And that's a possibility for sure. Josh Taylor could scrap, but Ramirez can too. So that's definitely a fight he could lose. Bro, who's the hardest out in the UK? Like, fighter-wise. Who? Dillian White just got knocked out. One punch. See, look, Chitlin, same time. Same time, man. Same time. I don't know you same time. I'm just being real. Y'all tell me. Like, bro, because I keep hearing about these people in the UK, and then look at the level of competition they're fighting. So I'm like, how could they be what they're projected? Like, Josh Kelly's fighting a guy Lamont Peterson beat on the Broner Granados card that I went to. Do you know how many moons and how many trips ago that was for me? I went to Cincinnati to cover Adrian Broner Granados. That was hella long ago. And Lamont Peterson was on that card, and he fought David Avanesian. Years later, Josh Kelly is just now getting him. Just now getting him. Josh Kelly's cool. But he lost to Ray Robinson, and he's just now fighting David Avanesian. Rematch room shit. Listen, how come rematch room never provide rematches that actually should happen? Josh Kelly, I thought he lost to Ray Robinson. Why Eddie Hearn don't make that rematch? Fuck this David Avanesian fight. What about Ray Robinson? He really beat Josh Kelly, in my honest, humble opinion. So you see, they be doing bullshit Chisora, Dillian White rematches 4 years later and all this shit. Make the rematch that really needs to happen. I'm just asking, who's the hardest out in the UK? Bro, what UK fighter is the best that you think they beat everybody in their respective division? They said Josh Warrington was over Gary Russell. Does it look like he left off bad and bougie? Gary Russell beat the brakes off of Josh Warrington. You just lost to a man that's been knocked out that nobody even considered. You were a 12-1 favorite. He was a 12-1 underdog, and Josh Warrington was just out there with Amir Khan leg. Ish. Bro, getting dogged. What we talking about for real? Who's the hardest in the UK? What's the hardest British team? Chicka bang. Y'all can sing all the Sweet Carolines and shit y'all want. I'm asking who's the hardest out. What's his name? Daniel Dubois. He just lost. Like, people felt he quit. I like Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is nice. You know, man's man type. But Daniel Dubois just got stopped. Dillian White just got stopped. Josh Warrington just got stopped. Caleb Smith, he damn near got stopped. When y'all want me to stop? Listen. I said, Dubois got stopped. Dillian got stopped. I said Warrington got stopped. Caleb, he damn near got stopped. What are we talking about? Like, who's the hardest out? Anthony Yarde just lost. Conor Benn, both of his last two fights. This is not me dissing nobody. This is the real fact. Conor Benn's last, you son of a legend. Listen, old media, they want to get mad at facts. I'm going to send them to heaven. Conor Benn, you son of a legend. Look, hey, listen. I said, old media, they mad at facts. I'm going to send them to heaven. Conor Benn, son of a legend. Your last two fighters are guys coming off losses to other guys. He just fought Sebastian Formella directly off of the Sean Porter loss, an American fighter, a black American fighter. And then now his next fight, rematch room, remember, his next fight is Samuel Vargas directly off of a loss to Virgil Ortiz Jr., a Mexican-American fighter. And you tell me that the UK is fighting the best and shit? Come on, bro. Like, he looks like he's cool, like he's decent, so step up the pace. Like, your last two opponents just lost to guys that Americans beat. Come on, bro. Kamal Oz, DAZN is gonna announce Triple G versus Chai McBride tomorrow. Facts. I mean, I'm being real. I need to know who, like literally, you could do a top 5 dead or alive, and that's off one LP. The best fighters from the UK and Lennox Lewis. I don't know what if you count Jamaica or Canada or if you consider him UK, but I would say Lennox, Kawasaki, Prince Nassim, Carl Froch, and maybe Eubank. That's a hot. That's a hot top 5. That's a hot top 5. Hot top 5. Name another legendary. Name a better top 5 from the UK all time that accomplished more than that. Do you know how hard it would be to do a Mexican top 5? Like guys who hail from Mexico, guys who hail from USA. Do you know how hard it would be to say top 5? Because you have so many. You have De La Hoya, you have Floyd, you have Shane Mosley. Bro, it would be hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You got Mike Tyson's and Evander Holyfield. Bro, that would be hard as fuck. You could really consolidate a nice top 5 ever in the UK because it's not that hard. Name a better top 5 UK than me. I don't think Ricky Hatton is more than, I'm not talking about celebrity. I'm talking about good fighters. I think Chris Eubank was probably more, as advertised than Ricky Hatton. Bro, Pacquiao cooked him. He got cooked. Floyd cooked him. Bro, Ricky Hatton hit the turnbuckle. Bro, he crashed into the turnbuckle like it was wrestling with that Floyd check. Floyd check hooked this man head off. So I would put Chris Eubank above him, to be honest. Somebody said KSI, I'm done. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Who else is better than my lid? Junior Witter? Man, come on. Amir Khan? Who? Kell Brooks. So basically, realistically, I'm in my fight with Arrow, and I'm gonna give him a chocolate right hand brownie. Like who would you put above my list? The chocolate right hand brownie, man. The realistically. Yeah, I said Nassim. Mickey Ward from Boston. No, he's Irish ethnicity. Man, come on, bro. Kevin Slims. Salute Ego Chat. Still thinking about the folks in Texas. Cold ain't no joke. Yeah, prayers to people that are in Texas dealing with this inclement weather. Now, Prince Nassim, that's my boy. Bro, but bump all that. Who is the illest out right now? Name some UK fight. Name a top 5 dudes that's hard to beat in the UK right now. If they fought all the best people, like world-class people. Let's go. No, fuck all that. Name 5 active, unbeatable at the moment UK guys. No, I really want to hear this. Enlighten me. Liam Vegan Smith. Man, hell no. Name 5 guys. Like, bro, Mayweather went 22 years undefeated. Name somebody that you think could do that on the up and up with no pads, no cheat gloves, nothing in the UK. Joshua. Okay, listen, I got to simplify it because I know y'all ain't got the answers. Like Kanye said, you ain't got the answers. Houseway. Look, does Joshua guarantee beat Wilder? Lawrence Oakley? Nah. I don't think he even looked good. And it might have been not his last fight, but the fight before that. Hell no. Man, come on, bro. Now I'm being real. See, I'm saying I'm saying, like Bernie Mac said, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm being real. Does Joshua beat Deontay Wilder right now if they fought? Better be from Russia. You're way off the mark. I'm talking about UK fighters. What are you talking about? Joshua, can he beat, bro? Can he beat Wilder? Can he beat who else is there? Can he beat? Because I guess I'll not say UK fighters. Can he beat Wilder? Can he beat Luis Ortiz? Can he beat Andy Ruiz if Andy Ruiz come back in shape? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's three people that we don't know. We definitely don't know if Joshua beat. No, I know, but I try to say it without UK fighters. What's up, Tara? Ego, much love from Mexico. Didn't get a notification, YouTube tripping. Yeah, they hating, but just, just stay tuned. It'll go away because we're going to keep doing numbers, so they had no choice. They had no choice. Joe Joyce, I don't know. I don't know if his style, like, I like Joe, but I don't know if his style would beat Luis Ortiz. Ortiz stops Wilder in 11 rounds, but he went 2 fights and he didn't stop Wilder. Come on. That don't even make sense. Bro, I don't know if Joe Joyce would be a good match with Luis Ortiz, unless Luis Ortiz's chin is shattered from the Wilder fights. But if it's the same Luis Ortiz, like he got his bearings back, which we're in a pandemic, and he already came back and got a first round knockout. I don't know. I don't know if he would beat him. Bro, see, because listen, I'm not taking away from Joe Joyce. I like him. But the thing is, you fought an unproven domestic level person. Daniel Dubois had never really beat nobody world renowned. So that's still, do you notice a lot of this is why a lot of the UK fights exist. Like, bro, if Caleb Smith continued to fight the echelon of fighters that he was fighting, he would still be a champion. But he fought a Canelo Alvarez. That belt was like, yoink. But if he kept fighting Hassan Indoms and George Groves and stuff, he would probably still be winning. I'm talking about world-class competition. It's different. It's different. Like the great Juan Manuel Marquez, one of my favorite fighters of all time. He fought Michael Katsidis. Bro, if Michael Katsidis was, in his own right, he's a beast. But it's different when you fight somebody that comes from nothing. Marquez is one of them ones. He comes from Mexico. He comes from poverty. He comes from boxing as a way of life and a means to an end. And you've seen what Marquez did to Katsidis. It's different levels when you're fighting on a world level, right? Like, for example, Marcos Maidana, another fighter that I really like from Argentina. He was able to hold his own against everybody. Eric Morales, Jose Cito Lopez, Floyd, 2 fights with him, Broner, Amir Khan. He's fighting world-class people, and he'd never been stopped. Victor Ortiz, and Victor was like kicking ass. You see what I'm saying? You seldom see that. You name somebody from the UK, not a throwback fighter, an active fighter that got a Maidana resume. And the type of performances Maidana had against those upper echelon names. So do you think in their respective division, Dillian White's resume is like Maidana's? I just told you. Maidana fought Amir Khan, Eric Morales, Broner, Floyd Mayweather, 2 fights. That's 5. Jose Cito Lopez, Jesus Soto Caras, Devin Alexander. That's 8. Victor Ortiz. That's 9. Bro, this going to be an easy 10. This is an easy 10. I got him feeling queasy then. Listen, that's 9 fighters that I named off the top of my dome. And he said Amir Khan was running for his life. Bro, he fought, I believe, Pablo Cesar Cano. Man, come on, bro. He fought everybody and did good in them upper echelon fights, the Jose Cito fights and all that. Stop some of them guys. Name a UK fighter like that. Does Dillian White have fighters from around the world on his resume? Like dope, good fighters. It's like Juice when he said, "Oh, you just local." That's what you see in the UK. And the funny thing is, boxing originated in the UK, so it's hilarious that you see this style of matchmaking. So my point is, you don't really know who's who in the who's who until they fight world class competition. Like, bro, Josh Kelly looks very dynamic. He's in shape. He looks very dynamic. Looks like he has a solid skill set. But all that flash and pizzazz didn't look that great versus Ray Robinson. And conveniently, when you have the complexion for the protection, you don't ever have to take your toughest fight and do a rematch. They just allow you to move on. But Floyd has a tough fight with Maidana. You better fight him again. Floyd has a tough fight with Castillo. You better fight him again. And guess what? Floyd said, touche, he did it. Andre Ward, tough fight, get dropped by Kovalev. You better fight him again. And he did. He obliged him. Lomachenko, he loses to Alito, no rematch. Tyson Fury, he has a tough fight with Wilder. He ducked the immediate rematch. Josh Kelly, I thought he lost to Ray Robinson. He ducked or don't, go just move on with his career. Triple G really lose to Jacobs, really lose to Derevyanchenko. He just move on. You see? Ain't nobody from the UK that can step in with American and Mexican fighters. What country, in your opinion, produces the best fighters through history? I think it's what you just said. U.S., Mexico, Cuba, and Puerto Rico. That's the U.S. Yeah. Bro, I'm just telling you. And I'm not trying to sound like region racist or region biased. Like I'm just, if you guys know somebody, please enlighten me. Like, I like Anthony Yarde's movement, but he just lost to Kovalev, and then he just lost, even if you dispute it, he just lost to a Lyndon Arthur. You know what I mean? That's not like a world-renowned, like I get it if you lose to Better Biev or something. Hector Camacho. Oh, facts. Any prediction on this fight? I'm rocking with Broner and Berchelt. 2 Bs. I'm going with BB, Berchelt and Broner. I meant Ortiz stops. Oh, I think they timed you, bro. They thought you was trolling because that's not what you said. You said Wilder gets stopped. So just be cautious because that's how the friendly fire, comes about. Because I think they timed you for that because they thought you was trolling and hating on Wilder. Fuck Broner. Fuck you too. Block him. Block Mastermind Design. Yeah, you gonna design a new username because you out of here. Block him. Block. Anthony Yarde said he don't spar. Well, maybe that's a change you got to make. Broner and Berchelt, no. 2 different networks. Broner's on Showtime. Berchelt is on, I don't know what it's going to be for you in Mexico, but it's 2 different networks. Showtime and ESPN in America. Yeah, but Lennox Lewis, I don't know what he would be classified. I think he's from Canada, Jamaica, Canada. So I don't know. I know he identified with the UK, but I mean, is he truly a UK fighter? But Lennox is up there if you do classify him as UK. Are you picking Valdez decision? I don't know. I don't know if Eddie Reynoso could save him. I like Valdez. He cool, but I like my thing is this, just to be 100% honest and transparent. Valdez, his performances are so hit or miss. Berchelt's aren't. So I struggle to pick the person who's giving me that. Berchelt has consistently whipped ass. So I'm rocking with that. Valdez is a good fighter. He's a two-peat. He's the only, to my knowledge, only Mexican fighter to two-peat in the Olympics. But his performances, like he fought Adam Lopez, and he was losing that fight. Wasn't doing that great. Jason Valez, he wasn't looking too great in that fight. Even though he stopped him, this is how it was. Scott Quigg, it was like up and down. Then he got his jaw broke. That's 3. Then he fought. See, I know my boxing. That's why this is easy. Listen, y'all let me get paid off the easy work because I know my boxing. Then he fought this Filipino cat in Arizona, and I believe the dude dropped him. And it was like super unknown dude. I forgot the dude's name off the top of my head, but he was from the Philippines. He was Filipino. And the dude dropped him. I think they dropped each other or something like that. It was an older Valdez fight. So his performances to me are too spotty. And he's been with Eddie Reynoso, so it's not like that dynamic has changed much. And I question the mental decisions that Valdez makes. So he's always looks like he's in shape, you know what I'm saying? But his performances have just been a little too spotty for me. And Berchelt looked big as fuck, bro. It don't even look like he in the same weight class as some of these dudes. That man Berchelt is big, but it's not just about being big. It's like I think Berchelt he's a dynamic puncher, looks pretty durable, tough, hungry, resilient. You know what I'm saying? His performance is just more consistent. You know, I think Berchelt and Navarrete, you know what type of fight to expect from them. So that's what I'm rocking with. Anyway, I'm out. Stay tuned to the channel. I got a lot of stuff for y'all. Peace out.